sideline. Now a look at Dallas's starting lineup. Tim Hardaway Jr. out there with Jalen Brunson. And there's Porzingis. Then there's Doncic. And it's Finney-Smith in at the 4 spot. And for the Thunder, Gallinari and Adams, the combo out front. Gilgeous-Alexander out there with Chris Paul. And it's Robertson in at the small forward. Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Paul outside. Adams down low. He's against Porzingis. And it's Porzingis with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Dallas Mavericks. And Greg, as many expected, Porzingis getting a huge deal from Dallas to keep him a Mav for a long time.
Mavs feel he can be better than he was before the injury. Love the idea of pairing him long-term with Doncic. Signed him to a lengthy and sizable deal to be the core of their future.
Knocks down the 3 ball.
And love how much Doncic believes in himself. It shows when he shoots off the pass like that.
Now let's send it down to David Aldridge, who was able to talk with Rick Carlisle.
Well, Kevin, look, he thinks their long-range shooting can make all the difference, not taking anything away from the defense they're going up against. But he did say he'd be surprised if his guys didn't shoot a high percentage from outside. Pretty confident coach, Kevin.
Thanks, David. Always want to get those threes falling consistently. Now, here's Robertson. Tim Hardaway unable to get his last shot to go. There's the feed to Adams. That one goes in.
Steven Adams, a workhorse down low like that. Once he's got position, he'll want the ball.
Doncic passes to Hardaway. Passes it to Doncic. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
Now, here's Robertson. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Shot clock at 5. The pass to Paul. It's up a 3. And a great assist by Gilgeous-Alexander as that one goes in.
Beautiful right there. Good form, soft touch. Paul a consistent threat in all aspects of the game.
And Doncic, here we go. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Doncic has got his second basket of the night.
Uncovered at the rim, finding cracks in the defense here early on.
Just really smart basketball and exploiting whatever holes that he's seeing right now in the defensive squad.
Ball's knocked loose and stolen by Robertson. Now here's Paul. He's tightly guarded. Faster pace now, Brent, in the NBA. This has become an endurance sport, and well-conditioned athletes are a must.
Obviously, Kevin, over the past couple seasons, the pace has picked back up. It's very reminiscent of the early 80s when you had the Lakers running, the Denver Nuggets running.
Yes.
You have these teams that are just flying up and down the floor. So as a fan, I think it's a wonderful opportunity, especially the closer you can sit, to watch a Russell Westbrook, to watch a Paul George, to see a Giannis get up and down the floor with such fluidity and grace and skill set. So the game opening up has also opened the eyes to the fans about just how great the athleticism of NBA players is. Well, that's a guy out there in Steven Adams that you just have to pay attention to. Every night he's going to bang around the opposing big guys and be a threat around the rim to score and pick up offensive rebounds.
Looking at who's out there now for the Thunder. Muscala, he's checked in for Andre Robertson. Terrence Ferguson comes in for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Chris Paul. And with Adams on the offensive glass, he is impossible to move.
Well, that's a big reason why a couple years ago, Kevin, he grabbed more offensive rebounds than defensive rebounds. So you know he's going to live in the paint.
Doncic. Dallas, no good that time either.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Schroeder against Doncic. Schroeder corner kicks to Muscala. Misses the chippy right there.
Yeah, they got that one, but early on, it's really been a struggle for them to secure that defensive backboard.
Berea finds Doncic. Now Powell, pass to Wright. 6 to shoot. And here is Berea outside. Dallas again missing. The Thunder leading by 3. Out left to the wing. 30 seconds left here in the first quarter. And again, Oklahoma City, no good. And so it's Doncic with it. He brings it up for the Mavericks. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. It's on Dennis Schroeder.
And possesses such a refined feel for the game. Doncic knows he has what it takes to be a great player in this league.
Second free throw, no good. Gallinari outside. Curry with the steal. And it's the Mavericks on the break. Here's Kleba. No luck that time on the shot that would have put them on top. From deep. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. At the end of one, a closely contested game so far. It's the Thunder. They lead by 2. 2K Sports back in a moment here in Oklahoma City. Chris Ball talks about the matchups he faces at the point guard.
The toughest position in the NBA night in and night out is the point guard position. You know, every night you look at the board, the coach is pretty much going to say, their team goes as such and such goes. You know what I mean? So that's the toughest part, and that's probably the funnest part, too, because it's competition.
And CP3, one of the most competitive players in the game.
It's an obsession with him, and you can see how hard he gets after it every time he takes the court.
And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. What stands out to you from Oklahoma City in this one?
I mean, the rebounding was the difference in that first period. You've got to block these guys out.
Yeah, rebounding can also be just about will, and they showed some of that in going in there and collecting some boards.
On the court for Dallas here in the second, they've got Powell. Curry is out there with Wright. Then there's Luka Doncic. And it's Kleba in at the power forward position.
Now that's the kind of passing right there that makes a difference, not just in that possession, but maybe on your play for the entire game.
Ferguson for 3. There we go. Now in the scoring column with that make. He is 1 for 4.
Kind of like playing in the rec league, little to no defense on that possession, and the easiest three-pointer you can imagine. Well, last season, maybe not a lot talked about with regards to how it is that the Oklahoma City team played defensively. Now, that's coming on the foundation of Paul George on the perimeter, so somebody's going to have to step up in that void, but it was a strength of their team, and we'll see if these other players in these roles can make sure they consistently stay good on that end of the floor.
Here's Ferguson after Luka Doncic's bucket. Noel passes to Schroeder, and the Thunder another 3.
And they've done a great job knocking down those long-range shots here in the second, shooting just over 40% from downtown.
And Brent, going back to the defense, as the Thunder have lost some of their top scorers, guarding, defending has become a major emphasis.
Yeah, I think it's an interesting time in Oklahoma City for a lot of teaching to get done with these players who are going to have an opportunity to play minutes they have not played before. They look for length and athleticism and hopefully find some guys that have a defensive upside.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Thunder.
Trying to snap them out of this little slump.
Well, they can't find the net right now, and all they need, I think, is just to get one to go, get back on track.
A different look for Oklahoma City. Andre Robertson, he's checked in for Gallinari. Gilgeous-Alexander comes in for Terrence Ferguson. And Paul subbed in for Dennis Schroeder. And a new group getting ready for Dallas. Zinkus, he's checked in for Dwight Powell. Dorian Finney-Smith comes in for Maxi Kleber. Hardaway's checked in for Luka Doncic. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Wright. And we're about 2 minutes into the second quarter here. It's stolen by Curry. Now the Mavericks moving it up. Here's Porzingis. That drops, and it comes off the assist from Hardaway. And the Mavericks lead by 2.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
Paul against Porzingis. The baseline jumper goes down. Paul's got 5 now.
So good with the handle is Chris Paul, putting the D on its heels.
Well, we're now on the back end of what has been, Greg, an incredible career for Chris Paul. Perhaps no longer the undisputed best point guard in the game, but still a top talent.
And Chris Paul might not be the best point guard, but any team would be happy to have him. His efficiency and playmaking aren't going away anytime soon. And even though he's never been an overly athletic player, that aspect of his game still is strong as ever.
Dallas shooting their 3rd free throw shot of the game.
Yeah, last year, collectively, only 74% from the line.
Steven Adams, he's checked in for the Thunder. And Dallas with a change here, too. Bryant's checked in. When you look back on all the stars you played against during your career, who was the biggest intimidator?
Well, I think about intimidating players, and the first word that comes to mind is Anthony Mason. I know he wasn't a bona fide star player, but
right.
You know the role that he had for the teams that he played with, and Anthony Mason was a player you did not want to be playing against. During my era, most of the years that I had some successes and minutes on the floor, it was certainly Kevin Garnett. The way that KG approached every game, you spent many seasons watching him very closely. From year 1 to year 18 or 19, KG came at you every game, every night with the same kind of zest and excitement to compete.
Well put. Now here's Paul. 5 points in the game. Porzingis with the block.
You can see Porzingis taking some pride right now on the defensive end of the floor, taking care of the shooter with his long wingspan that time.
Barea looking over the floor. Passes it to Finney-Smith. Here's Brunson. Clock at 4. It's blocked. And he recovers it. And he gets it back. Here's Porzingis. Missed it. Even after all those chances. To the inside. And the shot is good. The Maverick lead has been cut down to just 1 on the bucket from Chris Paul.
And not a great start for him in the first, but he's quickly starting to turn it around.
Barea finds Hardaway. Here's Finney-Smith, defended by Robertson. The 3 from Porzingis. Gilgeous-Alexander pulls it in. The Thunder have gone 4 of 8 so far here in the second quarter. And the wide open shot from Paul. And trying for the go-ahead basket, it doesn't go in. Now here's Barea. Gilgeous-Alexander covering. And the rejection by Noel.
Noel in there to intimidate and does so there.
From 11 feet away. That's good from Paul on the assist from Robertson. And that's now 9 points for Chris Paul. Barea with it. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Here's Porzingis. That shot off the mark. Adams, some nice D. And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Thunder lead by 1. And we'll be back right after this.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
It is a good game we have here after one half of play. Everybody, welcome back for our halftime show. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kenny Smith. A competitive matchup for Oklahoma City in the first quarter. They never trailed by more than 3 points, and it was neck and neck the entire period. They were outscored by just a bit in the second quarter. And that's a wrap for our halftime show. The third quarter just about to get started.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. You have to like what you're seeing from Luka Doncic.
Yeah, and through the first 2 quarters, he has been the offense for this team.
Yeah, he's shouldering the load right now and looking really comfortable while he's doing it.
And for Coach Billy Donovan of the Thunder, a lot on the line. In his last year of a 5-year contract with the team, the end result of this team will determine his future with the franchise.
Well, this team has never missed the playoffs under his watch, and the interesting thing with the massive trades that happened in the offseason, how much Billy Donovan gets the opportunity now to teach and coach this group of players.
Robertson and Gallinari at the small and power forward positions. Gilgeous-Alexander out there with Paul, and it's Adams in at the 5 spot. It's the lineup in the game for Oklahoma City. Finney Smith kicks to Hardaway. Jacks up a 3. Dallas again missing.
Not been an easy start. 3 straight misses here on these possessions.
Gilgeous-Alexander can't get it to go. Knocks it loose. And with a little over a minute gone, the second half is underway. Gallinari outside. And a great assist by Gilgeous-Alexander as that one goes in. Gilgeous-Alexander's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. And Dallas calls their first time out of the game. But when Danilo Gallinari came into the NBA, Brent, he was just a catch-and-shoot type player. But he's so much more than that now.
Well, I think with the way the league has changed with the 3-point shot and Gallinari's ability to do that, he's gotten a lot smarter about picking his spots when the pump fake can drive in and draw some contact.
For the Thunder, Mike Muscala is checked in for Adams. Terrence Ferguson comes in for Andre Robertson. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Chris Paul. And a new group getting ready for Dallas. Dwight Powell's checked in for Porzingis. Maxi Kleber comes in for Dorian Finney-Smith. Curry's checked in for Tim Hardaway Jr. And it's DeLon Wright in for Jalen Brunson. Dallas no good that time either.
Well, if they got a favorite play, Kevin, it might be time to break it out. 0 of 4 to start it.
Schroeder passes to Gilgeous-Alexander. No good there. Now Dallas takes it the other way. Inside, Doncic. It's tipped.
Ouch. 5 shots without a make. That's a really ragged start coming out of halftime.
And it's good for 2. Gilgeous-Alexander's got the lead up to 8 now for the Thunder. And here's Curry, who brings it up for the Mavericks. Still looking for their first bucket of the second half. He kicks it to Wright. Curry looking around. Over in the corner, Doncic. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in. Curry's got 3 assists in the game. Right against Schroeder. Pass to Muscala for 3. It's rebounded by Doncic. Doncic has got his 5th rebound in this one. He dishes it to Powell. The pass to Kleber. Right outside. From deep 3-point range. That one no good. Oklahoma City leading by 5. in the third quarter with just over 3.5 minutes off the clock. Alinari left side. Fade away. Muscala controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
And folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that backboard.
Dallas calls timeout.
And they just can't seem to get going offensively.
Yeah, they're like a 4-day-old soda right now, just flat, Greg. They're missing shots left and right and just not playing their best.
And the Thunder making a switch here. Noel's checked in. Then for the Mavericks, Porzingis is checked in for Maxi Kleber. And Barea subbed in for Seth Curry. And here's Barea. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. And the rejection by Noel. Schroeder outside. From deep. It's hauled in by Porzingis. Porzingis has got 6 rebounds here tonight. Here's Wright. No good. Great D that time from Dennis Schroeder. To the paint. 24 seconds left to play in the third. Kept alive. Here's Powell. And the rejection by Noel. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Noel. $16 seconds left here in the third quarter. 6 on the shot clock. From deep. Second chance shot with the clock winding down. Yep, it goes, and the Oklahoma City lead is cut down to 5 on the bucket from Porzingis.
Tough to match up with the length of Porzingis, and when he's floating around there, sometimes those rebounds are going to come up, and he's just too big to not get some.
And we've reached the end of the third. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Well, there's a way to break down the defense with the handle. You can do it with the pass. Prime example of that right there.
We've reached the fourth quarter, and what has been a very competitive game should be an exciting finish. All right, now a chance to set the floor courtesy of Gatorade. Fourth quarter action, all fueled up and ready to go. On the floor for Dallas, we've got Doncic. J.J. Barea is out there with Tim Hardaway Jr. And there's Porzingis, and it's Finney Smith in a power forward. Pass to Ferguson from deep three-point range, and it's Finney Smith with the rebound.
Well, there's more he could have done in this game for sure, but it hasn't kept them from pulling ahead.
And the rejection by Noel. Here's Ferguson. Passes it to Noel. Kicks it to Robertson. Here's Ferguson. Out of bounds. Dallas takes possession. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander checked in for the Thunder. And Dallas with a change here too. Brunson's checked in. About a minute played here in the fourth quarter. Shot clock at 6. Got a piece of it. From deep. And they force the shot clock violation. Great team. And Adams has got the ball here for the Thunder. Here in the fourth quarter, their defense has been very strong, allowing no baskets. About a minute and a half into the fourth quarter now. Now Robertson, just 5 on the clock. Shoots over Doncic, buried from 15 feet out. Robertson's got the fourth quarter started here with a bucket for the Thunder. Brunson finds Hardaway. Now here's Porzingis. Pass to Doncic. And it's blocked.
Robertson out there to play defense. He excels at getting off the ground so quickly to get the block.
Some nice passing by Oklahoma City here. And Adams with the slam.
And kind of par for the course here, right? Coming through with a solid offensive game to help them get this lead.
A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth quarter. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
That's going to be over and back. Not watching for the line that time. Molinari, he's checked in for Noel. The Mavericks also with the sub. DeLon Wright, he's checked in for Jalen Brunson. Now here's Paul. Around 3 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. Gallinari outside. Clock at 6. Goes up from the top of the key and misses it off the right side of the rim. Mavericks trailed by 9. Doncic passes to Porzingis, and that one good.
Oh, that's a patented move, I think, for Porzingis. Excellent with the catch and shoot.
The Thunder have gone 2 for 5 on field goal attempts in the fourth quarter. Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Not a lot of room, and the foul called on Tim Hardaway Jr. That's foul number 2 for him. Look at the clock, a little under 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth. Gilgeous-Alexander with it. Now guarded by Porzingis. With some arc, and it's good on the way in. Gilgeous-Alexander's got the lead up to 9 now for Oklahoma City. The Mavericks have gone 1 of 4 since the end of the third quarter. Out to the right wing. Porzingis is doubled. And the ball's tied up, so we'll have a jump ball. And here are the Mavericks now. Finney Smith kicks to Porzingis. 6 on the shot clock. Adams, a nice D.
And the pressure he put on that shot forced the miscue.
Those are all the little things about effort there. He just gets out there and contests, and that's just enough.
Porzingis with the steal. Wright against Paul. Wright dishes to Doncic. 36 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Here's Porzingis, and he gets the friendly spin, and that one drops.
Oh, in between game for Porzingis, that one's on target.
Robertson with it. There's the pass to Paul. Now Gallinari, headed by Porzingis, and it's Gallinari missing. They can score it here, but it won't mean much.
Kevin, turn out the lights. This party's over.
It might be. Paul finds Gallinari. So it's Oklahoma City picking up the win. They didn't make it easy on themselves or their fans, but in the end, everyone's satisfied.
I mean, there were some times that momentum shifted, and especially